Yo, what's good? It's Mastermind MMA, and this video is going to be just a quick video on the weigh-ins, the official. Yeah, what do they call it? Yeah, this is the official weigh-ins, and then they call the other one the ceremonial weigh-ins. So this is a quick video on the official weigh-ins. Cody made weight, TJ made weight, Bitchbing made weight, GSP made weight, and Johnny Hendricks made weight. But, and yes, this comes with a but, he prefaced the whole fucking media before he stepped on. He was like, guys, I know you're the media, and you know, I didn't make weight, but I had underwear that I thought weighed nothing, that it was 1.4, and that I only had cut 1.2, but it turns out the underwear did make this, and I would have made weight if it wasn't for this, and then I'm blah, 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 blah. And it turns out he was like 185.8, and he's like, oh, turns out, and he's like, so I did miss weight, but it was because of a miscalculation, and da 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 da, and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. In my episode 7 episode, I talked about Hendricks on that shit too, probably at the tail end of it. Now, I'm not gonna again wax poetic about how much this guy is pretty much done with this sport, but I mean, if today doesn't validate what I was saying yesterday, I don't know what does. Bro, you're a welterweight that's fighting 15 pounds up because you kept missing weight, and you already missed weight at middleweight, and you're going to keep missing weight at middleweight. That's not an issue of weight. That's an issue of Johnny. That's an issue of discipline. That's the issue of he's got to do the least thing required, because when you look at it, it should be like, I don't have to cut 15 pounds, so this is light. You should look at it like you're going for welterweight and then just stop at 185. You shouldn't be like, oh, I'm cutting at 185, so when I was welterweight, I could walk around at like 200, but since I'm cutting to 185, I'm just gonna get fat and then walk around like 220 and cut that, because that seems like what he's doing, man. And it's just an issue, man. Like I was saying yesterday about how USADA, he hasn't been the same since USADA, and honestly, that motherfucker was on steroids. I'm boldly throwing that accusation on him. I'm boldly saying that this motherfucker was juicing, which got him the championship fight, which won him the belt, which had him put that beating on GSP purely because of steroids and performing enhancing drugs. Because when you look at him and his mindset, when you're a welterweight that's fighting 15 pounds up at motherfucking middleweight, and you struggle to make that weight, and you come in prefacing the media with all this bullshit, that's a person that wants to take the easiest route. That's the person that wants to do the least amount of work, and that's the same type of person that would fucking take steroids. Johnny Hendricks, you're a cheater. I hope Borrachinha knocks your ass out, and I hope you're done with this sport. I don't want you in this sport. I don't think the fans want you in this sport. You're not meant for it. You're not cut out for it. Open another steakhouse, maybe fully commit to that. But, I mean, I really have nothing against Johnny Hendricks, honestly. I have no reason to hate him. But, I mean, he's a whiner. Listen to him after the GSP press conference. Oh, the only reason I didn't knock out George St. Pierre is because I wanted to prove I could go 5 rounds. And I did more than enough to get the belt. Even Dana White said, yeah, well, you didn't do enough, bitch. And he's like, thanks, Dana. And the Robbie Lawler fight, you sucked at it. You held him down to win that fight. No wonder you're not getting that trilogy bout, because in reality, Johnny Hendricks is owed a championship trilogy bout with Lawler. I mean, when you really look at it, but fuck that noise. You're not in that weight class. You shouldn't be in this weight class. You shouldn't be in the UFC. Really. Gastelum fucked you up. Tim Bosch fucked you up. I think, who was that? Hector Lombard or Neil Magny? Who did he fight that he won the decision against? I think Hector Lombard. I think. I don't even know, man. But the way he's coming and prefacing that shit, that's some bullshit, man. I'm done with Big Rig. When he was like on that rise, on that come up, like going towards the GSP fight, I rocked with him. And then after the GSP fight, I was like, damn, he did good. And I definitely watched the Lawler fight because of how his last performance was in that GSP fight. But the way he was whining was a put up. He's just a fucking whiner, man. And he makes excuses. And this sport is just too tough that there's no room for that shit, man. So Hendricks, I feel like if Borrachinha knocks your ass out, that is just a wrap on Johnny Hendricks. And I'm not trying to hate on the guy, but it's just my opinion, really. After seeing what I see and hearing what I heard, that's just how I feel. And yeah, man, everyone made weight. Shit's looking good. It should be a good card. I'm pumped for tomorrow night, and let's go. You already know it's Mastermind MMA.